Okay, so this lesson is probably going to be relevant for each and every one of you. So we are going to get into the marketing email section of HubSpot. This is where we will be sending everything from newsletters to one-off communications to promotional blasts to email nurture sequences. All of that's managed under this marketing email section. So again, it's under the marketing tab, and then you select email. And again, everything shows up here. Once you have a bunch of different emails created and sent over time, you'll be able to see key metrics such as how many were delivered, what the open rate was, what the click rate was, um, who updated the email on your team, when the send date was, all relevant data for you. Uh, you can also schedule emails to be sent in the future. You can save some as drafts that you might not want to send out right away. And then you can also filter it by sent. So we'll get into just the creation of an email. So we'll click create at the top right, and then we'll select a regular email. There's also a automated email option that will automatically send the contacts through a workflow, which we'll get into. That's something like might be connected to a form. If someone fills out the contact form, you want to send them hey, thanks for your message. We received that. Someone from our team will be in touch. Or if someone completed a download of a form, we might want to follow up and nurture those leads a little bit. So that would be the automated section. For this example, we're going to do a regular email. So this is something like a one-off promotional blast or a newsletter that we want to send out. So we will go ahead and create this. And similar to landing pages and forms, we've got a bunch of awesome templates to choose from. Again, I recommend you just select one that's uh, as close to your branding as possible, and then you'll be able to modify that as you see fit. So I'm just going to go ahead and select this template right here. So this one kind of fits the newsletter model. And so we'll title this first. We'll call it February newsletter. And then it has a lot of these fields put in here for you. And then very similar to landing page, you'll be able to add different elements from the left-hand panel and just drag and drop them in where you see fit. So, you would go ahead, click here, add your company logo. So all the editing is done on this left-hand panel, and you just click on different sections to modify it. Want to add a cover image, you could do so here. Edit the text. And then you have different sections. And let's say if we wanted to add more text below this in the email, we can do so by dropping in more text here and being able to modify that. Let's say we wanted to add a call to action button. After that text, we could do so here. You could edit all the features of the button, where it leads to, color of the button, all the styling and everything is on the left-hand side. So similar to the landing pages, you can set the format, do side by side, text and image, play around with the dimensions of all of it. And yeah, so that's how that all works. Then when you get into the settings, you can choose who it comes from. So if you have multiple people on your team, maybe you want this to come from your salesperson or your marketing person, you would select that. You can select which email it's programmed to come from as well. And then you add a subject line, preview text, you have it titled, and then you can organize it by what type of email it is, which subscribers will get access to it. And then you get into send or schedule. So you can just send it immediately by having this checked off. You could select the recipients. So again, this is where those lists are important. If you remember, we created a list of marketing qualified leads, and let's say this email is only relevant to them, we would select that. Or if this was relevant to all of our customers, or just the MailChimp upload lists, or just 2 lists, we would be able to select those from here. And then if there's someone that you know of specifically in these lists that you don't want to receive it, you can check those contacts off individually and they won't receive that email. And then we would schedule it for a date and time. Let's say this was going to go out for February 12th at 10 a.m. Then you just hit review and schedule and you'd be set to go. So that's how the email works. We're going to get a little bit more into automated emails later on, but this is the creation of an email. And again, it appears in your marketing email section after you create it. And right now it's saved as a draft. Once it's scheduled, it would be marked with that yellow icon. And after it's sent, it'd be green. And all of the stats would then appear right here in these columns to the right.